Hey guys, my name is Farah and welcome back to another video. Today I got some gameplay of Sea of Thieves. I gotta say, this is a game that I was actually very interested and very excited to actually play initially because it looked like a lot of fun and it looked like a very good RPG, but after playing the game for roughly about like 6, 7, maybe 8 hours now, I have put a good bit of time into the game. I can safely say that the game is a good game, but it's lacking a lot of features to make it the game that I really want to be, and push it over the edge to make it an amazing RPG. Now, I think this game has a lot of potential. I think this is a very, very good game, and I think it is going to sell very well, and I think it's going to do very well, but I think there is features missing from it that I kind of want to go over in this video. This video is going to be kind of a bit of a negative type of video, things that need to be fixed with the game. I'm also going to make a video talking about things that I think are good with the game and that they did very well. But yeah, let's just get into it. I want to start off here by saying that the quests in this game are kind of lackluster. Now, from what I've heard, everything in this beta is like 10% of what the actual game is going to hold, so there probably will be more quests, like a lot more quests, hopefully more variety of quests, and that's kind of what I'm going to go on to now. The variety in quests is really shit. Now, of course, this is a beta. They don't want to put all the quests and all the stuff in there in this beta, so whenever it comes to the full game, you've already experienced pretty much everything there is to experience. I do understand that, but I think the quests just kind of feel very simple. Go to an island and find the treasure. It has an X marked on the map, and sometimes the maps, like the map that has an island or something, sometimes them islands on the big world map can actually be very hard to find, so they can be. Like, they can take up to like upwards to over 10 minutes sometimes if you're really struggling to find it. So yeah, as I was saying, the quests in this game just feel very lackluster from what we've experienced so far. It's basically go there, dig up, find the treasure, put the treasure onto your ship, go back to an outpost and sell the treasure for gold. And right now, as I said before, there's only like, from what I've heard, like this beta is only like 10% of what the actual game is going to be. But right now, there's not a whole lot of stuff to really work towards or really go towards, which is a big thing with RPGs. And the big thing that I really have missing, the big thing that really makes this game far less than other RPGs out there, is whenever you're just free roaming, there's nothing really to go towards. Like in games like maybe Skyrim or The Witcher, I understand these games are very different from Sea of Thieves and they have a very different aspect, but they're both RPGs and they both have the same kind of concept: find loot, level up, different things like that. But right now the loot in the game feels like it's not there. The only way you can get chests in this game is by doing the voyages or the quests. In games like Skyrim and The Witcher and different things, you can go all about the place and find this loot hidden about in like caves or dungeons and different things like that, and you can just pick up the loot. The loot isn't generated there after you activate a quest. It's just sitting there for you to pick up and find, so whenever you're just free roaming about, you can come across something epic, and that's what this game really has missing from it to make it a really good game. Now, for an example of this, I was playing a bit of the game earlier. I went on an island, or I was trying to get onto an island. These skeletons were actually shooting at my ship a load, and I couldn't actually get to kill all the skeletons. There was like loads of them coming, and I couldn't I was trying to like fix my ship at the same time. I was flooding, I was playing solo. It can actually be quite hard to play solo at the same time. But yeah, basically what I'm trying to say is I got on this island and there was nothing really there for me to do. Every single island is different and unique, which is cool. But there's nothing on the islands besides barrels and like barrels that you can find cannons and bananas and different things like that in. There's nothing really for you to get on the island. There's not really that sense of reward, and games like Skyrim it rewards you for going out and doing something that the game doesn't tell you to do. If you don't follow a treasure map or you don't follow a quest, it can lead you somewhere. You can get some really cool badass loot and find a really cool storyline or a quest behind that. This is something this game needs to improve on. I understand Skyrim is very different from this game, and it is completely different setting, completely different kind of like the way the game plays and different things, but it still is an RPG, and this is an RPG. RPGs are supposed to feel open, it's supposed to feel freeing, and whenever you go to discover something, you should discover something sick. Whenever you go to an island in this game, it feels shit. You find a couple of skeletons, some sharks in the water or something, a couple of barrels with bananas with, for some reason, you eat the skin on them. I don't know why you do that. But the game just feels really lackluster at the moment, and that's something the game really needs to be improved on to make it a good RPG. Another thing I want to mention right now is the game just doesn't feel like it has a whole lot of kind of combat, enough combat in the game. I understand you spent a lot of time on a ship and it is a pirate game, but it kind of feels a little bit boring at times whenever you're just like stuck on a ship for ages. I understand that there's nothing really they can get around that, maybe move the ship a bit faster, but overall I think it is in a good place right now for a pirate game. I think I would like to see a bit more combat in the game. I do understand you do find sharks quite frequently in the water, but skeletons can be quite rare to come across. They can be. Overall, I would just like to see more enemy variety in the game. And as I said, there probably is going to be a lot more content in the game in the fall release of the game. I'm not taking this game as a beta or as such. It is a beta, and I do understand there's going to be more content, but I'm also trying to be kind of strict in it to the point where yeah, there's going to be more content in the full game, but the game has to be entertaining at the same time to make me want to play the game with the more content, if that makes any sense. Another thing I want to mention here in relation to the quest, I'm not too sure how this is going to work in the full game, but I would like to see a bit more, just a bit of a story. I understand this game isn't necessarily a story-driven game, or even a single-player game for that matter. It is online-based, and it's more for just like the action and the gameplay style things. But I would like to see when it comes to the quest, like games like Skyrim, for example, you can come across like a talking dog, for example, and it leads you on this epic quest, and there's such good storylines within that game that really make you engrossed to the world and really make you engrossed into the game, and it creates these memorable moments that sit with you for years on end. I think this game needs to have a bit of a story. It doesn't need to be that interesting, it doesn't need to have that much of story, but at least something. At least like have something like if you go to a cave or something, like maybe just find like some skeletons. The skeletons like trying to breed more skeletons or something really weird like that, or just have, yeah, you're trying to like breed more skeletons or something, try to build an army and then you have to fight this whole army. Just try to make some sort of a story. I'm not very good when it comes to stories, so that is a pretty shit example, but just try to have some kind of a story to make the quest feel more meaningful and memorable. Anyway guys, that's pretty much all I can think of in this video so far. Most of the negative stuff that I have said is just kind of something that I think that they could or they should improve on for the fall release of the game, and that they can improve on to make it a very good game. So far, that's all the stuff that I can really think of at the moment. I know I'm probably going to think of more stuff whenever I upload this video. That generally happens. I'm like, oh shit, I forgot like 3-4 things I was meant to say. But right now I can't really think of anything more wrong with the game. I do understand, I remember thinking more stuff that there was wrong with the game, and I'm pretty sure there is more points, but I can't really think of them right now. If I can't think of them while I'm editing the video, then I will come back and re-record some stuff. But yeah, overall guys, hopefully you guys did enjoy the video, and yeah, I'll see you guys next one. Peace out.